Back in the summer of 2014, our foster kids came back into our official care for the second time. We initially had all 3 kids full-time for almost a year, 5 years before this, and we stayed in close contact with regular overnights through the years. This time around, the 2 oldest at 11 and 14 were dead set on staying with relatives in their home community to stay in their schools and close to family and friends while their mom got her life back on track. By the end of the summer, both had their wish, but the youngest, I'll call him Jason, stayed on with us. He and we were routinely called to the principal's office for disruptions of all kinds. A model student he was not. His teacher and the principal were both good-hearted men who went out of their way to understand and accommodate Jason's behavior issues. But it was tough on everyone. Jason seemed to cooperate and behave much better with his female counselor and reading tutor. He and I worked together in another room for first period each day so that his class could start the day more calmly. We did enroll him in karate, and he loved his young sensei, who was an amazing influence on him. For the first time, Jason excelled in a class environment, and it was wonderful watching him experience success as he earned his first belt promotion. Bedtimes were also especially bonding and fun. After pouncing on him and tickling him, he loved being physical, he was always enjoyed, thankful as he called it. He thought of 5 things he was thankful for that day. We'd done this all through the years together, and by now he was pretty good at nodding off to his own positive thoughts. Not long before the kids came back into care in June, I had made travel arrangements for January for my long-awaited adventure to walk the Camino de Santiago in Spain. If you don't know about the Camino, or wish to know more, watch the movie The Way with Martin Sheen. It's pretty good. As Kevin and I were stressing about what to do about Jason when the time came for the trip, as the universe so magically orchestrated, Jason was able to return home the first part of December to less than ideal circumstances. Social services indicated that if their mom couldn't get her life together this one last time, they would be looking to place Jason in a permanent home. Everyone walks the Camino for a reason, and mine was to see what Spirit had to tell me and how it would show up during this unique and extended time of much quiet and solitude. Now there was an additional reason, to soul search about what we'd do if Jason needed a permanent home. He was unarguably a difficult child with a dysfunctional past, but I loved him unconditionally. Guilt gnawed at me. What would happen to him if we didn't take him, his only other trusted and known family? But did we want to dedicate our elder years to raising this high-risk child? Every time I thought of it, I felt torn and queasy. I couldn't imagine taking him, and I couldn't imagine not taking him. At one point on the Camino, I met up with a delightful Australian couple over dinner. They had 2 teenage children. They truly were angel guides sent on my behalf, I believe. We had a deep discussion, and they seemed to confirm my inner knowing that this was not meant for us to do. Fast forward to arriving home once again. I decided to make a phone appointment with psychic Sonia Choquette, whose own trip on the Camino was one of my favorite accounts. Her fee was $400 for 30 minutes. It seemed outrageous, but honestly, it was the best $400 I ever spent. Her guides were explicitly clear. In no way was I to take on the karma of this family as my own. I'd never thought of it like that before. She said he was a troubled youth who didn't want our lifestyle and didn't share our values anyway. She also pointed out that I would not be torn like this if it was the right thing to do. So true. It would have saved me $400 if I just trusted my own knowing. She said that the kids would drift in and out of our lives, which they have, and we needed to make it clear that we loved them, but not their choices. If they wanted to have a relationship, we would love to, but on our terms. It all made so much sense and resonated so deeply. She said it would likely not happen that Jason would come back into our care, but if he did, it would only be for a short while. And he never did. In fact, the following year, we were guided to move out of state, and we were relieved of direct involvement in the family's increasingly painful choices. In more recent years, I've become quite clear that we are not meant to interfere with another's karma or soul's journey. We are meant to offer love and compassion and support to those who cross our path. These children and their parents opened up a whole new world for me, and they opened my heart. They certainly helped me along my path to shine that divine.